Today we are doing a try not to laugh challenge with Jewish jokes. I actually don't find that many Jewish jokes funny, purely because I prefer non-Jewish, just nothing related to Jewish Israel. So today we're going to do a test to see if I actually can laugh, if anyone can make me laugh. So let's try. Let's get started. So, greatest Jew joke.
This is the greatest Jew joke I've ever heard, and This is the greatest Jew joke I've ever heard, and I love it. You're not going to get it.
Okay.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, then you'll get it. The setup of the joke is it's a Jew joke.
Okay.
Two Gentile businessmen meet on the street. One of them says, "How's business?" The other one says, "Great." See, he gets it. He's Jewish.
Two Gentile in the street. How's business? Great.
He gets it.
Yeah.
You're not. You don't.
But I don't believe he got it.
Oh yeah, he got it. He got it.
Can we find out?
Yeah.
Two Jews and how's business? Great.
No, it's two Gentile businesmen.
Oh yeah, I don't.
That's
get the
what's
joke.
funny about it.
Okay. Wasn't so funny that. Okay, we need at least nothing over 1 minute.
An old synagogue
Jewish
gets a
Jew joke of all time. Let's see.
young new rabbi fresh out of yeshiva. During his first Shabbat services, a hot debate ensues in the congregation about whether people should or should not stand during a reading of the Ten Commandments. The next day, the young rabbi goes to visit 98-year-old Mr. Goldberg in his nursing home. Mr. Goldberg, as the oldest member of our community, what is our synagogue's custom with regard to a public reading of the Ten Commandments? Why do you ask? Says Mr. Goldberg. Well, yesterday during services, we had such a reading, and some of the people were sitting and some of the people were standing, and the sitting people were shouting at the standing people that they should sit down, and the standing people were shouting at the sitting people that they should stand up. Ah, says Mr. Goldberg, that is our custom. That was number 54. Follow me.
Good joke. Didn't make me laugh. If it's Family Guy, I can laugh at a lot of Family Guy, so I'm not going to watch Family Guy. I want to support creators where it's like this creator and stuff. So, yeah, stick.
An anti-Semite has been drinking in a bar for a while when he realizes there's a Jew sitting nearby, and he doesn't like it. So he says, "Bartender, give everybody in the bar a drink of your good stuff, except him." Everybody gets a shot of good scotch, and the anti-Semite looks over at the Jew to see if he's bothered, and the Jew gives him a big smile. So the anti-Semite says, "Bartender, give everybody a drink of your finest and a burger. Everyone except him." He looks over at the Jew to see if he's bothered, and the Jew gives him a big smile. The anti-Semite doesn't know what to make of it. He walks over to the bartender and he says, "Is that Jew just stupid, or maybe he doesn't understand English?" Bartender says, "Oh no, sir. He's the owner." That was number 64.
Okay, that was a good one. I also really like how he presents his jokes. He speaks really well. Nice. Not laughed, but good. Okay, this could be offensive.
By the way, you just reminded me of that old, Richard Kind told me this, an old Jewish joke. He said, a Jewish kid asked his Jewish father for $100. And the dad says, $60? What do you need $20 for?
I don't get it.
But you just reminded me of that old, Richard Kind told me this, an old Jewish joke. He said, a Jewish kid asked his Jewish father for $100. And the dad says, $60? What do you need $20 for?
I don't get it. Oh well. I guess I didn't find that funny. He's good. I'm actually not a big fan of Ashkenazi versus Sephardi jokes. I know that's quite like being boring, but I just find it just makes people hate each other more rather than we're trying to build people together, especially in what I'm trying to do. As much as they are funny, just try and limit it. But okay.
What's the famous joke? You told the joke?
Yeah. First Jewish president, Mrs. Goldstein, sitting next to the vice president. It's the inauguration.
And the vice president turns to Mrs. Goldstein and says, Mrs. Goldstein, you must be so proud. Your son, he's the first Jewish president. My God. And she goes, I am. But you know, his brother's a doctor.
What's the famous joke? You told the joke?
That's good, because every Jewish mother wants their son or daughter to be a doctor. To be fair, my parents were very happy with what I've done, so I was very grateful. Okay. A lot of female. I've seen this guy. I'm not a big fan. I think he makes some very unfortunate, rude jokes. There's a difference between jokes with intention and jokes for views. But let's see.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to heaven. What's your name? Alex. All right, just a couple rules of heaven before I let you in. This is a picture-free zone. What happens is, sorry to interrupt. Who is that? Oh, that's Hitler.
Yeah, see, I just don't find those type of jokes. I know it's funny, but there's a line, you know, especially in where we are right now. I think jokes should be a bit more careful. But yeah, I want to watch the Family Guy clip actually. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
5 times Family Guy made fun of Jewish people. In season 16, episode 19, they made fun of how all Jewish people are slow.
I'm the fastest Jew in the world.
In season 10, episode 1, Family Guy made fun of the fact Jewish people wait at banks to stare at money. In season 18, episode 6, Stewie made fun of how Jewish kids sit on Rabbi laps while he asks them for something.
I want a new TV.
In season 8, episode 1, while in the Disney universe, Stewie made fun of how Disney hates Jewish people. In season 8, episode 2, Family Guy made fun of how all Jewish people have chest hair.
I think what I like about Family Guy is they make fun of everyone, like every culture, every religion, and I think you can kind of see the joy of it, because I've never found it so like really offensive where it puts threat on people. It's just like terrible joke, but then you move on. Okay, any more? Let's get a few more. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Holocaust jokes. Just
You want to become Jewish? Go to a rabbi. Hey, rabbi, I want to become a Jew. What's the first thing they say? No. No, you don't. What do you mean, no, I don't? I want to become a Jew. Nah, it's not for you. And even if they want to become Jewish, they have to spend a whole year almost keeping the Sabbath, like most of you. You want to become Jewish?
okay, next. This is gonna be bad.
This
I love Jimmy Carr, but we'll see how bad this joke is.
Be a career ender. Okay, strap in, everyone. You ready? When people talk about the Holocaust, when people talk about the Holocaust, they talk about the tragedy and horror of 6 million Jewish lives being lost to the Nazi war machine. But they never mention the thousands of gypsies that were killed by the Nazis. No one ever wants to talk about that because no one ever wants to talk about the positives. This should be a career ender. Okay, strap.
That was a joke. They make me laugh, but a joke. Okay, a Jewish rabbi joke.
There's once a non.
Okay, Jewish rabbi joke. I have a huge respect for this rabbi. Is it the rabbi, I think? Let's see.
Jew asked his Jewish friend, he says, could you take me to your synagogue? He says, sure, come with me. Saturday morning, Sabbath morning services. The non-Jewish friend is asking what everything's about. So he says, what does that mean when everyone stands up and they step 3 steps backwards, they step 3 steps forward? And the Jewish friend says, well, that's the standing prayer. And that's the main prayer of the Jewish service that we pray 3 times a day. And a little bit later, the non-Jewish friend asks his Jewish friend, he says, what does that mean? They open that big curtain in the front and they open that ark. He says, well, that's where we keep the Torah scrolls, and they're going to bring out the scrolls and they're going to read publicly from the scrolls. Oh, that's what that means. After the Torah reading, the rabbi got up to the podium. He says, what does that mean when the rabbi gets and stands up there? He says, well, that means the rabbi's going to say his sermon. And the rabbi took off his wristwatch. He put the watch down on the podium in front of him before he began to speak. And the non-Jewish friend says to the Jewish friend, what does that mean when the rabbi takes off his watch before his sermon and he puts it down on the podium in front of him? And the Jewish friend looks at his non-Jewish friend and says, unfortunately, not a darn thing. There's once a non-Jew asked his Jewish friend.
I was expecting this to be like really funny. but it was set up to be perfect. Just that, I think he could have probably finished that line to make.
I'd rather be Bob.
I don't know. It was such a good talk. It was such a good line to a joke. I was expecting the punchline to be so powerful, but no, not many jokes are really. See, again, I'm very, very hard to laugh, to make laugh. Any more jokes? I want to see a viral one. Let's see. Best Jewish joke on. No. That got a lot of views. Just under 5 million views. Okay. If Meaningful Minute posted it, I know it's going to be a good joke. So, let's see. Jewish marriage joke. Try not to laugh.
I have been married to this woman for 9 years, and she's driving me crazy. I say, how is she driving you crazy? He says, I can't figure out what she wants. I have no idea what she wants. It's driving me crazy. So naively, I turn to the wife and I say, you know, when you're married to a man for 9 years, don't you think it's time to tell him what you want? What does she say? When you've done some marriage counseling, you can basically sleep through the whole thing because you already know the script. They follow the script perfectly. So it always happens. She says, tell him what I want. I have told him 1,000,000 times. You know what he says? It follows the script. He says, what? Why did you tell me? What? She says, I've told you 1,000,000 times, stop making fun of my sister. He turns to me and says, you see, she makes me crazy. I said, how is she making you crazy? She finally told you what she wants. He says, you don't believe that? You think that's what she wants? That's not what's bothering her. It bothers her that I make fun of her sister? It's not possible. Her sister's an idiot.
Cool. Come on, yeah, it made me smile.
So there were once a group of simple Jews discussing the story of the Akedah, the binding of Yitzchak. And they were trying to figure out how old he was at the time of the Akedah. So one of them said, you know, I don't think he was really that young because it says that he carried the wood to the altar. So to be able to do that job, he was probably at least 12 years old. And another one said, well, you know, that figures, but, you know, right after the story of the Akedah, it says he got married. So I figure he's got to be at least 20 years old. And the third one said, you know what, maybe it's between what you're both saying. Maybe at the time of Abraham brought Isaac to sacrifice him, he was between 12 and 20 years old. And they thought, man, that sounds like a good answer. But then a fourth one of them said, no, that can't be true. Abraham couldn't have sacrificed Isaac when he was between 12 and 20 because that means he would have been a teenager and then it wouldn't have been a sacrifice.
I think I might not be religious enough to...
This is the moment.
Okay. There's only been like 2 proper jokes that has actually made me proper smirk. Okay, it's a 9-minute joke. Wow.
This is the greatest Jew joke I've...
Same as last time. Wasn't so funny that.
First, I have to read you the Miranda rights for Jewish people. You have the right to remain silent, even though you won't. You have the right to infer an insult where none was intended.
What's that supposed to mean?
You have the right to a lawyer who you are probably related to.
This interview is over.
Basic Eye Centers will heal your eyes. How much would you pay for laser eye surgery? $500? $700? $10,000? How about $12? Dr. Lee Feldstein, fully licensed, fully trained.
I feel like every single joke today has either been Steen or Berg, which obviously makes sense, but I think literally every single one.
Fully Jewish. So come on down to the Hydrox Arena this Sunday. Get your eyesight fixed, unless you have the balls. Jewish.
Oh, God, an angry mob. I've got to swallow all my valuables and get out of here.
Oh, no, we're done.
It's not funny. But I don't get the point of that.
No, we're not. I'm the fastest Jew in the world.
I've seen this many times, and it's the point that people are saying Jews are slow. And I'll tell you something, pre-Holocaust, Jews were one of the top athletes in the world. There was a sports team that was basically all Jewish. There were so many world champions that were Jewish. It's just now that wasn't the age of social media. So pre-Holocaust, we're like the athletes of the world. And now there's just not as many of us. So give it another few hundred years and we'll be top of the sports world again.
Okay, the first rule of Jewish Fight Club is if somebody says ow, you stop.
Ow.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
That's so bad, but so good.
What? Now, if you want to get more customers in your pharmacy, you're going to have to do a promotion, like buy one, get one free.
What?
Buy one, get one free.
Huh?
Buy one.
Yeah, I get that.
Get one free.
Is that like a Spanish word?
No, it's English. The whole thing's English.
Oh, because it seems like you're saying the first part in English and then some kind of made up falum for something in the second part. I don't understand you.
All right, let me try explaining it another way. Let's say we're at someone else's store, and there's a sign, and it says buy one, get one free.
Get one free? Wow! What store are you talking about?
Oh, you'd rather have it down at the bank where the Jewish guys can leer at it?
Yeah, money.
Woo! That's so bad. Firstly, both those jokes. First one was quite funny. The second one, that's just so random.
Can't we just eat?
And now I shall continue the prayer. Kalima! Kalima! Kalima!
Hum-num Shavai, hum-num Shavai, hum-num.
Oh, look, there's all the Jewish kids sitting on the rabbi's lap where he asks them for something.
I want a new TV, and it can't be a Vizio, Sony, or Samsung only, and I need it all set up before I turn it on. I don't
Who is doing the voice for this? Is it a rabbi, or is it someone doing a great impression?
want to have to do any of the things.
So where do Jewish people think they go when they die? Where do you think we go? Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Why do you think you're asking all these questions? I just really want to know what happens. Do you think that's part of God's infinite plan? I think your whole religion is a sham just so you can get extra holidays off from work. Oh, gotta go. It's buchwach.
Today you are... Valid, not the scam part, but lots of holiday days.
Or a man.
Great! Can I drive?
No.
Can I vote?
No.
Can I drink?
No.
Can I have sex?
No.
Can I cash the checks?
Yes!
Mitzvah, bar mitzvah, collect the checks and reel up a girl to you.
Unfortunately, that's such a good point. Like, yes, there's an element of becoming a man, but I think you normally do that when you're in your 20s. But yeah, it's fair enough.
Hey. And instead of lasting for 1 day, the oil in the lamp lasted for 8 days, and that is why we celebrate Hanukkah.
I remember this. This is basically when Stewie finds out that there's many days of presents.
Yeah. How long before we play pin the eviction notice on a black guy's door?
Now, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. What are you going to do when Jesus comes back and puts a boot up your ass?
And it's also why many families give their children 8 days of presents.
Wait, did she say 8 days of presents?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Judaism thing is going to be better than I thought.
All right, class, that's all for today's lesson. Now everyone off to gym class.
All right, today we're going to play soccer.
Huh, that was easy.
Mount Sinai. Oh my gosh. They really don't make Jews look like they like sport at all.
And now the History Channel presents American Inventor, the true story of Henry Ford.
This is my Jew flattening machine. It'll flatten any Jew. Simply climb behind the wheel, drive it towards a Jew, and flatten him.
Could you also use it just to drive from place to place and stuff?
It's a Jew flattening machine. It's not what it's designed for.
But you could use it that way.
You could also use the Mona Lisa as a placemat. God.
Hey, how about all those coupons in the Sunday paper, huh? Some good deals there. Hey, I went into a store last week and they wanted $800 for a TV, but I ushed them down to $500.
I didn't get that one.
Thank you, Brian. That was the last Munich gunman. You're a hero.
A hero? I guess I am a hero.
Oh, nice. Wonderful.
We are going to throw you the craziest party.
Do we have a hot 2-liter of closet Pepsi?
We do, and I can bring Plantis peanuts that were opened a dozen years ago.
Perfect. And I have half a graduation cake we just have to let thaw.
Party, a Jewish party, with lots of old food in a poorly lit room. Oi! Shalom, everyone. Welcome to the christening. Now, before the child...
I don't think I've ever heard on Family Guy that it's always Good Shabbos. I've never heard of Good Shabbat Shalom. Just generally that it's all mainly Ashkenazi rather than Sephardi. And I think there's not an explanation why, but that's just an observation.
Goes in the water. Has it been at least 20 minutes since she ate?
Yes, Rabbi.
Wonderful. Then let's dunk this kid like a donut. I hereby christen this child in the name of Jesus Christ, who was killed by we don't know who. It's not important. The last thing we want to do is point fingers.
Can you please take my daughter out of the water?
Sorry. Congratulations, sweetie. You're a Christian. From now on, every Sunday, you get to eat a hard cookie and pretend it's a guy.
Good, I enjoyed that, especially that Family Guy segment. But some good jokes at the beginning. I may have to do some more Family Guy stuff because actually that was made me think of like some old school. I used to love watching Family Guy. So yeah, thank you for listening.